This song is from Final Fantasy VIII. Timber Owls. Here we go. Yeah, that's it. This is a real alien that someone caught on their camera.
Quarter to 5, and take a look at this viral video from La Junta in southeastern Colorado. All right, Vivian Gomez wrote on Facebook that her security camera captured this on Sunday morning.
Real alien. Walking out there. It's Mac. It does kind of look like Mac. Legit real aliens. It's all like Watch Mojo. It keeps coming up for some reason. For some fucking dumb reason. Why would that be? Yeah, it just walks like a marionette. Maybe there's like some better ghost video ones then. I thought I had some better ones picked out. All right, here we go.
Things have been, well, crazy in the world lately. To add on to that craziness, there's been a huge surge in ghost sightings caught on camera.
Really?
The ones recorded on iPhones are incredibly fake, so I took the time to dig through the rabbit hole of the internet to find the 10 scariest ghost sightings caught on dashcam.
Good thing.
Here's a little challenge. Don't look away from the video the entire time. Let's begin. Number 10. One day, you're just casually cruising through a long, winding road when you catch sight of something that defies everything you've ever known about reality. You have to take a moment to stop and think, what did I just see?
Why
Even in
the
broad
clips
daylight,
they
we can
use in
make out
this
the
are
shape
so
of a
fucking
person,
dumb.
but there's nothing else we could really make out about it. Maybe this spirit passed when crossing the road in a similar way, but in reality, anything could be true. I wonder what a spirit will be doing wandering a roadway like this. Unless this is some really well done post-editing, I'm convinced that this was a ghost 100%. But on to our number 9 spot.
100%.
These people are driving along the road casually, carrying a conversation between themselves and their car when they spot something mysterious.
Number 6 also, I can see lights. Oh no, that's just street lights.
Okay, that's a bit scary.
Yeah,
That's a bit scary.
that is very scary.
That is very scary.
That's
There's a pretty considerable
they
distance
listening to?
between the car and whatever it is, so it's hard to get a good look. But based on the reactions,
5/5,
whatever it was
2017,
must
almost
have
4
scared
years
them quite
ago.
a bit. We're unsure what this thing in the road is, but impeccable timing. Right after they begin to drive away, their check engine light turns on, seemingly confirming that they had indeed just encountered something that they weren't supposed to. Even when they checked the car's air logs later, it said the car thought they had crashed, which obviously didn't happen, but why would it think this? After taking the time to calm down a bit, they ended up turning around and taking a different route home, probably for the better. Number 8. You're out for a drive late at night, maybe you're heading home or grabbing some food.
Maybe you're in The
Speeding along the highway,
Simpsons.
out of the corner of your eye, you catch sight of what appears to be a hard-to-detect man just casually strolling along the central barrier of the road. It's incredibly difficult to get a solid look,
I mean,
and it all happens so
probably not a
fast, I'm
ghost.
sure you even saw
Probably some
something,
dude.
but you did. Whatever this is standing on a highway barrier, it shouldn't be there. Rewinding
Whatever
it back and
this
slowing it down,
is.
you could almost make out the body of a person wearing some pale-colored pants and a darker shirt.
I
To
mean,
make the matter
almost.
even
That
worse,
clearly is
you're
a
from
person.
Singapore, a country famous for having incredibly haunted ghost sightings. Could this be someone trying to cross the
Haunted
highway
ghost
in the middle of the night?
sightings.
It makes you ask the question, who in their right mind even crosses highways?
Is there
No
a
one
ghost sighting
normal.
that isn't
Number
haunted?
7. So this might not be a dash cam, and instead it's a surveillance camera on a wide roadway running directly through the heart of Mexico City, but I had to share it with you. It's a quiet September morning in 2016. So quiet, in fact, that not even a single car passes up or down the road in this clip until we catch sight of what many to believe to be an apparition. We can see that this spirit has the appearance of a small girl dressed in white, with long black hair. One interesting thing we could look to assume after seeing her is that
My
it said that
God.
after passing, some spirits will reenact the way they departed life. This spirit may have unfortunately checked out after being hit by a car along this very road. To offer
Oh,
a little more
yeah.
proof to this spirit's
Didn't even
existence,
think about it
we
like
got
that.
another camera perspective to look at. Of course, there are some skeptics who think it could be an elaborate hoax of some kind, so I'd love to hear what you think in the comments. Moving on to number 6, we're taking a trip over to the UK, specifically Northumberland, England. This encounter takes place on a rural back road near the fields of the Middleton farm. Those same fields were the spot where a World War II pilot had unfortunately
Yo,
crashed his
Sloth,
plane all
that
the way
50-month
back in
streak, damn.
1943. Focusing in on the
Appreciate
clip
it.
for this entry, what we managed to see may be
Thank you
that
for all the
same
support.
pilot's apparition looking to hitch a ride. This phantom seemed to be dressed head to toe in what looks to be a brownish beige uniform, which is strikingly similar to what British World War II pilots would have worn at the time. He even looks to be holding a helmet or something similar based off his posture in the clip. According to the driver, this man raised an arm signaling
Harold
to be
and
picked
Kumar.
up, but the car was moving a little too fast for them to stop and pick the man up. They did decide to turn around and give the man a lift, but by then, the man had completely vanished.
Exhibit.
Maybe the strange man caught a ride with another driver, or maybe that ghost found his peace in some way.
Yeah, who
and
is
the
editing
spirit
this,
hitched a
for the
ride
love of
into the
God?
afterlife. No one knows. Number 5. Typically, when you're heading down back roads at night, you'd want to keep an eye out for things like deer or other animals. Well, unfortunately for these two,
You're just
they
driving
are
down the road and you
encountering
see a
exactly
fucking
the
elephant?
opposite of something living on this late night while making the way over to Bangalore, India. They ended up keeping their distance for a while trying to decide if they even wanted to continue going down that road after seeing what looks to be a spirit watching them from a distance.
Ghost elephant.
Eventually, they do decide to head on forward. They got out of there in a flash, flooring it past the apparition.
It's just like some
They
old
were going
lady.
so fast that it's really hard to make out anything about the spirit aside from the white silhouette. Why was it just standing there on the side of the road? It could have just been a man looking for a ride, but if that was the case, why didn't he raise an arm or something to signal these guys? It just makes you wonder, what exactly did these people encounter on this road? On to number 4. Imagine it's late at night, you're driving along a quiet back road when ahead you catch sight of something that you just can't believe. Dirt roads in the middle of nowhere in the middle of the night. I mean, come on, you're asking for something like this. This figure looks to be that of a young girl with long black hair wearing a white dress. She stands in that road for what feels like an eternity as the driver continues to question what he's even seeing before getting out of there.
So many dead girls.
Oh my god!
Haunting roads.
What is this? Oh my god! Oh! Oh my god!
Heard someone
What
laugh.
stands out to me is that this potential apparition even casts a shadow from the car's headlights, implying that there is definitely someone there in that moment.
Oh, yeah.
Spirits that manifest
Oh,
themselves
you know.
in such a physical way are known to give warnings or offer important information. With that in mind, this ghost may have been
Run.
warning our driver off to prevent him from heading further down the road to protect him in some way,
yeah.
if the apparition is real at all.
Maybe.
I'd love to know what you think about this one for
The fuck
sure,
was
because
that?
this is the most realistic one, so it could be fake or it could be real. Like I said, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Number 3. We're heading over to the States for number 3, specifically along the 91 freeway in California. Our driver's out for a late night ride along the highway, listening to the radio, when as they're driving, they notice something really off-putting beside them on the road.
What?
You could definitely make out how the apparition has a human shape, but considering we could see the barricade through the silhouette, it's still partially translucent. Even if it was just
Ghost?
a camera malfunction and it was a normal person, why would someone be walking along the shoulder of a highway this late at night anyway? The passenger
what
in
the
the
hell?
car seems really thrown off by it too, as we hear them say,
Is that a person?
By the way
Is
they
that a
said it,
person?
it sounds like they also have no idea what they just passed by or why it was there. Number 2. Picture this. You head out for a nice nighttime cruise on your motorbike. All is well and the weather is nice. Then you catch a sight of a man stumbling while walking along the road you're currently driving along. Of course, you might think it's just someone who might have had a few too many to drink, but there seemed to be an air of mystery about this guy, so you turn around to check only to see he has completely disappeared. This guy experienced exactly that as he went out for a nighttime drive in Mumbai. The driver went on to explain in the video that he was scared to turn around as his area was well known for many robberies. But after an experience like this, I would be much more worrying about other things. Here is our otherworldly honorable mention.
Okay.
It's a busy day along this 4-way intersection in Russia.
Oh,
when
I've
the
seen
white
this one a
car
million
driver
times.
turns green. They take a left following this BMW in front of them until...
Ghost car. Some people have probably seen this on Captain Disillusion.
Now, I've heard loads of people try to explain this clip, either with it being a really well done edit or by explaining that the car is just being hidden from our view until the very last second. For me, the editing explanation seems a little far-fetched. And considering how the BMW stops on a dime to avoid colliding with the car, I
Stop on a
doubt they
dime.
wouldn't notice the vehicle pulling out like that. Neither explanation adds up to me. It just feels like there's something much more bizarre going on here. There's definitely a possibility
Captain
that
Disillusion
it's
just
some
kinda like,
sort
you
of
know,
ghost car, but I feel
debunks
crazy
it.
saying that out loud, you know? And finally, we've got a minor history lesson packed in with our last unnerving ghost sighting for this list. Number 1. Taking
Number
place in
1.
Gettysburg, you've probably heard of the famous battle that happened there during the Civil War. Well, these ghost enthusiasts insist that some of the soldiers from that very battle have haunted the grounds of the town ever since.
Alright, so we're gonna sit here for a while and just kind of film the camera.
A lot of troops left from here.
See what happens.
These two guys decide to post up beside
maybe
one of
we
the
should watch a
battlegrounds,
proper people.
hoping to catch sight of something supernatural. It takes some patience while they're sitting there, but after a bit of waiting, they find what they're looking for.
See that?
Oh, what is that?
What is that?
Oh my god. Is it?
Oh, I've seen this.
No
Clown.
way. What is that?
You've
I have
seen
no
this.
friggin' idea.
The clown.
This spirit's somewhat translucent, but from what I could see,
Yeah?
still seems to be wearing his old military uniform. He might be wandering around the grounds because he may not have been given a proper burial similar to many soldiers who fought in this battle. Or maybe this spirit can't rest after passing in the battle, not
He's a
knowing
clown
which
soldier.
side won the fight. Things like this make me question how some spirits manage to find peace in the afterlife after passing in such a tragic way. But anyways, click on screen right now to check out our next video. This has been Tommy from Top 5 Central. I'll see you guys there.
Tommy from Top 5 Central. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. Let's watch. These are all pretty long. Bizarre Bub, who's that? One's kind of short.
In this episode, we're exploring the Cincinnati Mills Mall. It opened in 1988 as the second largest mall in the state and has had trouble since the very beginning. Less than a year after
Is that
opening,
Ohio,
the original
right?
owner
Yeah.
went bankrupt and the mall lost 3 anchor stores. Throughout the 90s, renovations were made and attracted new stores.
What's Bizarre
In the
Bub?
mid-2000s, the mall was sold several more
Tell
times
me about their
and
channel.
currently has fewer than 5 tenants. Upon arrival, we were convinced by the exterior appearance and lack of open stores, aside from the 2 open anchors, that the mall was shuttered and abandoned. Until our surprise,
Oh wait, so
someone
it's
came out of
not
the front
completely
door.
abandoned?
Somehow, this mall is still open despite having no real functioning stores, leaving it in some weird middle ground between being open for business and abandoned. Join us as we take a look inside.
Is it abandoned or not?
A portion of this video is sponsored by NordVPN. Take control of your internet experience and get 68% off a 2-year plan plus an additional 4 months for free at nordvpn.com/properpeople.
Surfshark.
Why is this place open?
There's no stores in the mall open besides like
No.
anchors, and those aren't even the entrances to the mall are closed for the anchors.
Looks pretty clean.
There's fire alarms going off in Bouncy House World.
Here's a directory. There's a bunch of just blanked out names on there for stores.
The anchors want nothing to do with this place. They just walled themselves off from the rest of the mall.
You can't even
Closed
get
their
into the
entrances.
Coles from there. I'm surprised there's still Coles.
The store has the fire alarms going
Creepy
off.
videos, recordings.
Or
Pretty
it's
good
just the
channel. I'll check it out.
strobes. This is the bouncy house area. Should we go upstairs?
Yeah, because Segway guy was downstairs last we saw him.
Segway guy? Oh shit.
Yeah, I don't see him segwaying,
The
but let's
Segway
go.
mall cop.
Yeah, there's still
Seems
stuff
to
in
us
those
stuff.
fucking-
Stay in the opposite floor.
There's turn
Yeah.
coin
Take the
things.
elevator. And then we have time
Coin,
to go
coin.
downstairs.
How old do you think those candies in there are? Probably
Not safe to
several
eat.
years old.
Looks like Coles didn't even
The escalator is filthy too. These haven't been on in a
Coles
long
didn't even
time.
use this upstairs entrance.
Go for some
Upon
Dippin'
entering,
Dots.
we noticed there was mall security doing rounds. While there weren't any signs saying no video allowed, based on some previous experience we had, we assumed they wouldn't allow us to record if they noticed, so we avoided them the best we could.
It's just boarded up windows
The Hollister,
to stores.
I think.
So
The
weird.
fucking dumb Hawaiian shit. Like
Got some
fake
people just exercising in here,
Hollister.
doing some wall walking.
It's like stealing Hawaii.
Did you hear
There's
that
just
beep?
trash up here.
Did you hear that beep?
Yeah, the elevator.
Yeah, probably the Segway.
Could be. Should we go downstairs?
Gotta
You
get
could
rid
always
of
tell
that
it's
casual.
Hollister because they like do that to the storefront every time.
Did you go that way?
He went that way around the corner. I watched him go.
Let's go downstairs because we'll know.
Yeah, they stole Hawaii.
We'll just always stay on the opposite floor of him.
He can't segue downstairs, so we'll hear the beep.
I don't know if this place is actually out of business or what, but their smoke detectors are going off.
Some of that looks open. Oh, never mind. It wasn't a Hollister. I could have sworn that's what that was going to be. That looks open. I don't think it would have been open.
Fuck. I thought she was talking to me.
Check out the roof up there.
You got your thrills and your chills.
Chills, dude. Number 15.
I thought she was talking to me, but she's just talking to herself.
What?
Just some zombies. I mean, wall walkers. Thrills and chills.
That awning up there is all ripped. There's trash up there too. Here's
It's
the main
supposed to
atrium.
be.
Gotta avoid Segway, man.
It's a water
I wonder why they went
fountain.
with pigs with wings.
Yeah, the decor is
Just
kind
fucking-
of strange.
Rubbed up against the microphone. I like the
Fountain's
pigs
all dried up.
better than like some dumb cherub shit.
He's going down the elevator. Let's go
Yeah, it looks like a pretty nice mall.
Dang.
Cincinnati, apparently. This looks nicer than the mall near my house that's still open. Somehow.
He went that way with the food court. Food court.
It looks even cleaner. Maybe that's just because there's not as many people. See, there's still people. They must still keep clean at shit. This dude's like jogging. They fucking think they're urban exploring. It's like not closed.
People exercising.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's why a lot of people still go to the malls to walk around.
The only store on this list is Babies R Us. It's out of business now too.
Fucking Babies R Us. No, this isn't Danville.
You can see the siding up there is actually torn off a little bit. The exterior of the building. And it does look like
Does it
there's
say-
water damage on the interior ceiling as well.
Something grade. When I was a kid, I would always get so disappointed when I saw, like, I thought it would be a Toys R Us. I'm like, oh, is that a Toys R Us? Oh, it's a Babies
I
R
wanna know
Us.
how they're paying for electricity.
Get so fucking pissed.
And for security. When
There's
they
just a
have,
hole
like,
in
Oh,
the
is that
sill,
Toys
so
R
you
Us?
can-
Ah,
and you can
Babies
see the
R Us.
water damage on the wood floor. Leaks.
They can't maintain it. Why don't they just shut it down? Like, it makes no sense. They have to be losing money every day.
Well, yeah. There's no reason to have this open. It's a pretty big mall, too. 3 wings, 2 floors. What,
The
like
one
4
near me
anchor
is,
stores?
still has, like, the
Maybe
movie
more.
theater upstairs, I
Including the
guess,
movie theater,
working.
Maybe more. This area.
I mean, if they're still open, they're probably making some money.
10 screen cinema. That is not a small one.
That's a decent size.
Yeah.
They still got the neon on one of these movie posters down here.
Look at this fish. That thing's kind of scary. They're all deflating.
That is pretty crazy. That
That
looks
fish is
fucking
looking real
creepy.
sad.
Picnic on the river. Food court. The one near me still has like a full food court.
This is so surreal.
But it's not really that near me.
See all the water
A half hour
damage on
away.
the wall.
This is almost better than if it was abandoned.
Yeah.
Because now it's just in this really weird state where you're just like, why does
It's
this
something
exist?
unique. Something different.
Yeah.
Food court's pretty badass though.
Still a neon tube here.
Nah, it doesn't have Sabaros. It has like another thing like that though. It has some like dank Japanese food too.
It's an alarm.
Look at all this water damage. Oh my gosh.
A Cinnabon,
Water just dripped right in front of me.
ice cream place, like a Burger King.
Based on how stripped the lobby looks, I bet the theaters are pretty empty too.
Some fucking
Probably been closed.
Philly
for a
cheesesteak
couple
place.
years.
This is what all malls will look like after coronavirus wipes out
Yeah.
90% of the U.S. population.
I still think that looks like
Post-apocalyptic, yeah.
half of Bam Margera. Yeah, it's kind of abandoned. Not really completely.
It's like barn themed over here. They got all these animals.
Bam's
Yeah, I
escaped
want
little
some
brother.
Indians. We've seen like 3 abandoned
Got away.
Indians in the past week. Going into abandoned
Auntie
malls. I
Anne's.
want
Yo, the
some
Auntie
real
Anne's is
Indians
dank.
now.
Yo, Galactic Mermaids.
There's graffiti all over the kids'
Give that 4
playground.
months. Yeah, abandoned buildings
It's
are
all
cool.
over the playground.
You see that abandoned building picture?
All those planks have stuff written on them.
Think about hell.
This place is so.
I have to go get my second vaccine shot on Thursday, and it's near the mall. Probably go to the mall,
theater
walk
was just
around.
called the Screens. by
It's
the time
really
it
sad
closed.
though. It's not in good shape.
Family entertainment. So it's probably like one of those.
Well, I'll tell you what. There was
theaters that
10
showed the
stores
movies
in the
that already
mall.
left the main theaters.
Yeah, probably.
For discounted prices.
8 of them were shoe stores. I swear to God. So many shoe stores.
This whole
I guess
section
people
is
still
walled
like want
off.
to buy shoes in person, though. You know,
Barely
Makes
resembles
sense.
storefronts anymore.
But it was the mall
the
is
most
all
plain,
shoe
boring
stores.
section
I
of this
swear to
mall.
God, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It might have been like the same as this side on that side.
Zoomies,
but
Zoomies.
for whatever reason,
Remember
they
that
went off.
store?
Probably because stores closed.
There's a
forever.
Zoomies, a Journeys, a
Our
fucking
security guard is
Payless
hanging out
shoes,
right at the food court, so
Foot
I don't know if we'll be able
Locker,
to film that. We can wait to
Reebok
see if he
shoes,
leaves.
Adidas store.
Yeah.
Like 8 different fucking shoe stores. It's crazy.
This is so funny. Like we're literally evading security just to film, like with cameras. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty chilly in here too. They don't have proper heat or AC. The air just seems stagnant.
Yeah, it definitely feels like stagnant here.
It's not blowing. But try to see what the security guards.
He's probably still standing by the food court.
He was upstairs with the Segway and the guy's still downstairs. Like, where do you really want to go?
Yeah.
I mean, usually shoes are like on sale anyways. You could like buy one shoe, you get the other one
Dan Bell
free or
literally has
whatever.
Spyglasses that
I
he
don't know if
films
this is
dead
public
malls with.
information, but
It is. He said it.
he said it now.
Yeah. We need to get
Yeah,
something
he has like
that
spyglasses with a tiny camera in the bridge.
for exactly this reason.
I'd say the same with buying clothes too,
This
most
is
of the
probably
time.
as close as we're gonna be able to
Depending
get to
on
the
like
food
your
court, because
your fit.
security is literally directly
Better
below
off
us.
buying clothes in person.
This arcade isn't
For me
open right now,
personally.
but it looks like it's not out of business.
I
Clearly.
hate when I buy a shirt
That's the
online
one
and it
tenant
gets here and
that's
it's like
actually in the
Yeah.
mall.
fucking
Those
But I've
arcade
belly
pinball
shirt
machines
after
were
you
not
wash
lit
it one
the first
time.
we walked by them.
Yeah, so they're definitely getting ready to open. They're the one actual tenant inside the mall. Maybe that bouncy house place, but that place was looking rough.
yeah, furniture stores are still pretty big. Furniture salesmen are pretty pushy though. They're like fucking car salesmen now. Trying to get you to sign up for like credit cards and shit.
Here,
Dude, like that looks really nice. Floor there.
Futile efforts
Looks
that malls
pretty
always
fucking
make
clean.
to spruce up the place are so funny.
You know what? I bought a mattress online. I bought a mattress in a box from Amazon a few months ago. I like it. It was a pretty good deal. It's pretty cheap. I don't expect it to last me like years, but I'm enjoying it.
There's like an electrical.
Pretty
buzzing
convenient
sound
way of
over
getting a
here.
bed too. Like all wrapped up.
These lights are shorting out or something.
Pretty small until you unwrap it and then it like blows up. Just gotta do your research. Store closing. What do we get? Baskets? What is that sound? Someone like pouring out rain
The
beads?
lights so dim over here. With that buzzing
Like
sound.
some
yeah.
fucking ASMR.
This place is a
Actually
trip,
kind of
man.
nice. I liked it. Yeah, it's like a hybrid foam mattress It's got a layer of coils at the bottom, then some foam.
There's so many wonderful options in this
It's
direction.
nice.
There's so many random spots where, like, you can tell water was dripping under here, under the paint.
Been sleeping on a couch for a while before that.
Let's just go try to film the food court.
I don't know if we
Once
said
they
it for
kick us out.
video.
They kick us out.
We got everything pretty much,
Yeah.
except the food court, and the food court's really
It's
cool.
so nice. It felt like I was sleeping in a hotel for the
I
first
think
two
it's
nights.
cool. It's got the signs and
The bed's
everything.
so
the
big.
storefront's still there. I feel like we can't leave here without not having that.
No.
So we gotta go film that.
Gotta try.
I'd walk up there if they're still down there, even with their cameras. They'll tell us to leave, but we'll have a shot of it.
They're gonna get kicked out, aren't they?
I'm just gonna go.
All right, let's go. Oh no, we're hearing the arcade is open.
Yeah.
That's who we're hearing. They might not be down here. Yeah, they're not down here.
Gold Star Chili.
I don't know where they went.
Is that like a chain?
I don't know. This food court's pretty cool.
It's fishing themed.
Yeah, I really like the color of this food court.
Maybe not.
That
fishing,
color is
just
so
a general
nice. I love that.
Nautical theme.
You gotta have food court mall Japanese food. Every single one.
Yeah, I agree.
It's a necessity.
It's like so cheap too for what you get.
Brian, check out this sign.
Uh-oh.
A chili place, pizza, Mexican, ice cream.
Brain
Subway.
freeze? That sounds dank. Great steak. Yeah, I can see it reminding me of FF8. Reminds me of like a JRPG for some reason. Oh, they got caught.
This year, Kohl's announced that this location would relocate in 2021, leaving Bass Pro Shops, the arcade, and the Bounce House Center as the only stores left. It's amazing that this mall is still open to the public despite the lack of any real open businesses. In 2017, the mall was put up for sale, but there hasn't been much interest in redevelopment. Currently, the mall is in a strange middle ground between being opened and abandoned and has been this way for years. But with yet another anchor store closing, its future is uncertain.
Pretty nice looking mall still.
Thanks to NordVPN for sponsoring this portion of today's video.
Like I would go there. Now what? I'll just watch one more thing. Watch something dumb. Also, sorry, I was eating a Mike and Ike. I thought I had the mic muted. Oh. Those are all dumb. Some of these animated stories, too, are pretty fucking bad. Maybe like a ghost one? And they're always just like stalkers, though. Now the Ike muted. Oh my god. How dare you? How fucking dare you? Yeah, we'll just watch one more little dumb thing. I'm pretty tired. Here we go. This one's actually too short.
My
Whatever that
mom
means.
is quite a tough person. Her first impression, her way of speaking, and even her personality were so tough that she was often told that she would have succeeded if she becomes a shaman whenever she went to see a fortune teller. I guess that's why my mom has seen ghosts since she was very young. Sometimes she always told me this whenever we went driving
Just like,
to
yeah,
go
what's up?
somewhere.
What's up, dude?
You know there are many ghosts around in this town. According to her, there's a rule in areas with a lot of ghosts. She said that they
This
exist
ghost is just
usually
like
in
walking
areas with
around.
large bodies of water,
Just fucking
like
chilling.
rivers or lakes. Because those places had strong yin energy, the ghosts have nothing to do but just stay there. One day, Mom suddenly started screaming as we
Mad
were driving
ghosts.
along the road next to the river. Then she said that this place was full of ghosts. When I asked which place it was, she pointed her finger at one specific area near the water and replied, "Right there." My heart dropped at that very moment. After we passed that area, she kept looking back and saying that it was strange. And something more horrifying happened after that. A few days later, we heard that an unidentified body was found by the river while
Oh
watching
my
the news.
god.
And the place was where we had passed by.
What about all the
that
other
day,
bodies?
And it was exactly the same place that my mom pointed her finger. When I asked my mom making a fuss, she then answered as if nothing had happened. Oh well, so that's why. They were gathered to see that body. I ended up staying up all night that day because I kept thinking
All
about
night
the
that
scene
day.
my mom told me about.
You guys think that was a real story? What do you think? What do you think? Looking for a good ghost one. Here we go.
This is ridiculous. This girl can't even have clothes? We're not animals. Let her cover herself. Well, Dr. Bodine, now you are granted permission to deliver clothes to SCP-029. SCP-029 appears to be a pubescent female of Asiatic Indian descent.
Yeah, let's not
and
watch
appears
this
to
one.
suffer from alopecia.
I think I put this one on last time and it was just like, yeah, this one's weird. Why do SCPs always have to be fucking weird? Yeah, it's alopecia. Yeah, Dr. White was there too. Dr. Wywee. What are we doing here? Why are we in the SCP storage unit? Here we go.
I lived in a city in central Ohio that begins with a C and has a big college that I lived
Mega
in.
Man is now an SCP, yeah.
I attended a different college than the one I mentioned and made the 20-minute drive from the city to that college. I also worked nights as a pizza delivery man in the city and the surrounding suburbs. One night, I had an order in the town where my college is located, which is a smaller suburban city northwest of my home city. Now, this call occurred during what my coworkers and I refer to as the dead hour, which is just before the shop closed at 1 in the morning.
The dead hour.
I begrudgingly took the pizzas, got in the car, and plugged the address into the GPS. I noticed that the house was located off on a back road in what looked like a sparsely populated area. Not thinking much of this, I drove up Route 315 to I-270.
What if his tires were pizzas? That'd be kind of funny.
After passing through downtown, the cemetery, and the college, I drove through some subdevelopments and then onto a smaller road where the house was located.
It does not look like a
The
back road.
GPS notified me that I had arrived to my destination.
Like the middle of the city still.
But to my surprise, the house was boarded up. I noticed that there was a small shed in the back of the house that had a small window. There was a flickering light in the window. At this point, almost every red flag had gone off in my head. But I knew my hard-ass boss would be pissed if I wimped out on this delivery.
Just eat the pizza
So I
and pay
proceeded
for it.
towards the shed. As
What
I
I
got
do.
closer to the shed, I heard a rustling in the bushes next to the driveway. Then I heard a man whisper,
"Here they come, Billy. 45, 45.
At that point, a man jumped out of the bushes and two other men jumped out of the shed. They were carrying knives and were wearing these long robes and white masks. I made it back to the car just in time. One of the assailants managed to slip my arm. As I escaped,
Managed to
I could
what
see
your
the
arm?
assailant
Slip
standing
your
in the
arm?
middle of the road looking pissed. I probably drove 90 miles per hour on the way back. When I got to the shop, everyone looked shocked. After explaining everything to them, we contacted the police and dispatched a few officers to the house. When they got
What,
there,
no
the
tip?
assailants were gone. They found some
Those
drug
just
paraphernalia in the
needles.
shed and some ropes and
Giant
some
amount of
weird torture
heroin.
equipment.
Torture devices. Oh my god. All right. I'm going to wrap it up there now. Like I said, I'm pretty tired tonight. I'm kind of tired, so I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you guys for hanging